Hey everyone, howdy. Now listen, if you've ever felt the need to dim your light around certain people, chances are your presence or confidence just made them uncomfortable and you picked up on that and then you decided to change you. And if you haven't ever done that and you are just confident and you're aware that it makes them uncomfortable and you do you regardless, good on you. Oh my god, good on you. But I have come across people who I can tell my presence and my confidence doesn't sit well with them. And I can't, yeah. Anyways, I'm here to tell you everybody deserves to feel extremely confident in themselves. I remember this one time I was in church in Italy singing Fat Bottom Girls, and one of the administrative people who organized that singing event came up to me after I performed, and she was like, "Oh my god, where did you get all this confidence? How can I be confident like you?" And I said, "Miss Ma'am, you can be just as confident as I am. I just choose to feel this way every morning when I wake up. So can you. So can you." I don't know how old she was. I'm really bad with guessing ages, but she was definitely older than me. And here she was coming to me. "How can I be confident like you?" Girl, you just decide to be confident. It's not for certain people, let me tell you that. There's a lot of crusty, rusty, dusty people out there who are like feeling themselves. And you know what? They have every right to feel that way. But my point is, there's also some people out there who are so majestic and so beautiful, and they are the most insecure about themselves. So my point is, it doesn't matter what you look like. You can have confidence regardless. You're a human being. That's the qualification. You have a spirit, you have a soul. Because even certain animals are really confident in themselves. So it doesn't just apply to humans, I guess, but I don't know how you would teach. Well, I'm sure everything's teachable. I guess you could easily teach an animal how to be confident, but we are animals at the end of the day. Whatever, you can learn how to be confident. And my point in saying, like, some people who maybe aren't all that in a bag of chips and they think that they are and they have that confidence, I say that because looks don't matter. It doesn't matter. It's your mindset. Okay, it's your mindset. And it's knowing that I'm a person, I'm alive, and I deserve to feel that confidence. So I'm not saying just because somebody looks crusty, rusty, dusty doesn't mean they deserve confidence. No, they do, and who cares what they look like, right? It's all about what's going on in here. But I think people tend to assume looking a certain way brings you confidence. And it's quite literally the opposite. You feel the confidence first and then you just become it. You just become it. Because yeah, you just become it. All right? And then in every area of your life, it just gets better. It just gets better because confidence in yourself leads to changes within yourself. Then that leads to changes outside of yourself. And it makes you feel a little bit more confident in one aspect of your life. And maybe gives you a little bit of courage to do something new there. And then that gives you courage to do something completely new over here. And it's just this beautiful domino effect. But I don't think everybody in this world thinks that they are worthy of feeling confident, which is so sad because if I could pour all my confidence onto somebody else and they could capture it, I would. Capture it and nurture it and keep it, I would. Because I know I can just generate more confidence. Like, you might look at me and think, oh, Anna, why do you have so much confidence? You're not, you think you're all that in a bag of chips. Bitch, I know I am. And that just goes to show, like, seriously, your looks are the last thing that matters. It doesn't matter what you look like, where you came from, or who you are. Everybody has the ability to feel confident, because at the end of the day, that is all confidence is a feeling. And if you think having a certain look or a face is going to make you feel more confident, it might temporarily, but true sustainable confidence comes from within, and it just comes from knowing. That's it. But it's a lot more complicated to get there than me just physically saying confidence is knowing. It's definitely something that you have to put into practice yourself. And if you're like, where do I start? Where do I start? You gotta start with you. That's it. You gotta start with you. Ask yourself questions. Think back to moments in your life when you had confidence to do something brave and courageous, and use that as evidence. Be like, oh, wait. One time I told Susie, I set boundaries with Susie, and that took confidence and courage. If I did that once, I can do it again. And I can do it in a different area of my life. If I felt that confidence once, I can feel it again. Because that's one of the most powerful things, I think. When we look in the past, which we shouldn't do often, but when you do, make sure you focus on things that are going to help you right now in the present. Looking into the past is great because you can think about all the times you've already done something that took balls, right? If you're trying to make a successful video right now and maybe you're struggling, think back to a time when you did. Remember that time you made that amazing video and it did phenomenal? If you did it once, what makes you think you can't do it again? You absolutely can do it again. And that's how we can use evidence from the past to help build confidence in the present. And if you have no examples in the past, okay, well, you gotta dig deep and start creating some now. Start with today. Tell yourself, you can start actually just by looking in the mirror, and you might feel like a silly little rat at first, but you're gonna turn into a strong rat-ta-ta. God, that's a Pokemon, right? Okay, I cannot believe I just used a Pokemon reference, but whatever. You're gonna turn into a Charizard, okay? A badass Bulbasaur, but like the one that looks like a huge tank. You're gonna turn into an absolute tank. But right now you might look at yourself, and if you say, Anna, I'm the most confident person in the world, you might laugh and you might not take yourself seriously. And that's okay. I remember the first time I ever said something positive about myself to myself in the mirror. I felt like an absolute, like, fraud. I was like, who does this bitch think she is? Trying to give her compliments right now? Like, bye. Bye. It feels so weird because it's like, I didn't know myself. I was like a stranger in my own body. And I think so many people feel like strangers in their own body. But now, the last 5 years I've been conducting research on myself. And I know myself pretty damn well. I know myself down to the T. Okay? So, if you don't know where to start, you gotta start with today and you gotta start with right now. Try saying something positive towards yourself. And also realize that, like, you're the only... Is this glare so annoying? That's my bad. I should have realized that 9 minutes ago, but whatever. Now I've lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Literally, what was I talking about? Oh, also, I'm just so grateful for anyone who clicks on this video and watches. Like, just know I appreciate your presence. Seriously. It's, like, so fab. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But what was I trying to talk about to, like, help you on your confidence journey. Everybody deserves to feel confident. Okay, we got that down. If you don't know where to start with today. Start with something small, like just acknowledging the fact that you are the only person in your body, in your head, in your mind. Was my face made for glasses? Because I feel like, yes. Okay. One of the most comforting thoughts I have, and this might actually scare people, but one of the most comforting things, in my opinion, is knowing, like, I am the only person in this body right now. There is nobody telling me what to do, what to think, what to believe, except for me. And that might feel isolating at first, and it might seem scary, like, oh my god, I'm really just in this long haul with me, and that's it. But it's like, when you learn to kind of make yourself your number one fan, your number one cheerleader, your number one friend, like, it does become comforting and kind of empowering after a certain point, because it's like, it's me and me. It's just me versus me. That's it. And knowing that, like, you are the only person up here and you are in control of all of this. You just have to realize it and take control over it. It can feel very empowering to know. And it's like, oh wait, so all the things I've been told my whole life, I didn't have to believe. You know, just because somebody you cared about and loved told you something negative about yourself doesn't mean you need to believe it. And I think because we almost put the people we love, their opinions above ours, and we give them that sense of power, that's why we believe those things so strongly and for so long, because we tend to not love ourselves, right? Hating on ourselves. Negative self-talk is so much easier. So when you kind of put your opinion and your beliefs down, it makes the people that you care about and love, it makes their opinions be above yours, therefore making them easier to believe and making your own personal opinions harder to believe. But guess what? Is Auntie Susie with you right now in this present moment, the one who said that you were like fat and ugly? Is she here in the room with us? No, so you don't have to feel fat and ugly. You know what I mean? You don't have to let her words define you, is what I'm trying to get at here. Just because somebody tells you something rude and it diminishes your confidence doesn't mean you need to feel that way forever. Who cares about their opinion? They're not even in the room with us. You might love them and that's great, but separate the love from their opinion, because the only one that matters at the end of the day is your own. Your own opinion about yourself. And if you want to feel confident about yourself, where you are right now with what you look like, you have all the power and you have all the right to. All the right to. And all the power to. Oh my god, my hair looks so stringy and so greasy. I swear I just washed it. But yeah, it doesn't matter what you look like. And don't think your looks directly correlate with confidence. Because I've met some people out there who I'm like, wow, I admire your confidence. Like, it is a good thing you have confidence. Okay? And then there's other people who I look at and I'm like, oh my god, you should have all the confidence in the world right now, and you don't. So, like, that just goes to show you guys. Just because somebody looks a certain way doesn't mean they feel a certain way about themselves. And just because somebody looks a certain way, it doesn't mean they're gonna feel that way. You know, and confidence in yourself, it's one of the most attractive things a person can have. But don't confuse confidence with cockiness and being a narcissist and all that other shit. True confidence in yourself is knowing that there is no other competition. It's just you and you. That's it. And true confidence in yourself is knowing, like, there's no competition. You don't see other people as competition. True confidence is just knowing you are. That's it. True confidence is not having to be the loudest person in the room. and yet still receiving all the attention. Like, that's confidence. True confidence is just knowing that, just knowing the power your presence has. Like, that is true confidence. Without, like, true confidence is literally just knowing you do not have to be the loudest person in the room to receive the most attention. Point blank. It's just knowing that you are the shit. That's it. Point blank. So, please do something with this. Like, oh my gosh. Do not push your excellence and your confidence off anymore, because you deserve to feel it right now. And it'll truly change your life. Like, I've always been fairly confident in my life, but I've also been very insecure. Like, I've been on both sides of the extremes. I've been really confident, and I've also been so insecure to the point where I would have done anything to be anybody else but me. And I think that really helped me learn to become super confident in myself. So use the low points in your life to help you bounce up to the highest points of your life, and then don't be afraid to come back plummeting down to rock bottom, because rock bottom is one of the best places you can be, believe it or not. You gotta hit rock bottom in order to skyrocket up. And in order to skyrocket up and be at the highest of highs, you gotta know at some point you're gonna be coming back down. And that's okay. That's what life is all about. So, take it easy. Take it one day at a time. Give yourself grace. Be kind to yourself. And hit rock bottom. And hit all the highs of highs and hit rock bottom again. And hit the highs of the highs and hit rock bottom again. And know that's just, neither one is good or bad. It's just an experience. And with it, certain feelings. And just feel it in its entirety. That's what life's all about, baby. So yeah, I will talk to you soon.